Today is an exciting day. It is New Drum Heads Day, and that is one of the best feelings ever. I'm behind my pork pie, zebrawood, rosewood kit. I purchased this kit brand new in 2016, straight from pork pie, and I have yet to change the drum heads on it because, well, I just love that they have the logos on there, and I have tried to hold out as long as I can. But my 10s and 12s and 14, they're all starting to peel. The coating is coming off, and the snare drum head, I've already had to change that out because it was just not staying in tune anymore. It was just denting, and it was time to go. These are equipped with Remo heads, but I am an Evans player, so I will be swapping these out to Evans heads. I'm going to be testing out the UV2s. I've never used these, but I've done some studies and asked a bunch of questions, and a lot of people had some great things to say about it. So I'm super excited. I'm going to be switching these out to UV2s. I'm also using a UV2 for my popcorn snare drum. And on my main snare drum, I've got the standard heavyweight Evans 360 snare drum head on there. But I'm super excited because on my 16, they offer a UV EMAD. So for my floor tom, I'm going to be trying out this UV EMAD, which is pretty awesome. And then also on my bass drum, I pretty much have an EMAD on everything, but just to try something different, which is weird and crazy, instead of the EMAD, I'm going to go with a GMAD. And if you don't know the difference, it's basically single ply versus dual ply. So this is a heavy single ply versus the EMAD, which is a heavy dual ply. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to be swapping these things out. Before I do that, I also want to just let you know I'm not going to be changing the bottom heads. We're going to leave those the same. And then my plan is to do each drum individually. I really love the tuning that these are in, so I'm going to try to keep the tuning consistent. So I'll do drum at a time to see if I can keep the range really close. And my personal preference in tuning is my 10 and my 14 match, my 12 and my 16 match, and then my, let's see, so my 8 and my, no, what did I say? So my personal preference is my 8 and my 14 match, my 10 and my 16 match, and then my 12 is a nice in between, and then my 13 obviously is a step between my 12 and my 14. So I have octaves, and then I have my 5th in the center, and then I've got my in between the 12, 13, 14. I'm going to take these apart and do that. Before I do so, I'll go ahead and I'll play a little bit for you. I'll go turn the mics on so you can hear the current tuning, how they sound, and then I will get all the drums swapped out and we will retune this again. Let's get started. Here we go. Now let's go ahead, let's swap these heads out, and let's hear the new one. I'll be honest, I forgot just how much I actually hate tuning drums. I got it all done. It wasn't as bad as I expected, but there was a couple parts that I was like so close and I just wasn't there. And I know that as I keep playing, you know, a lot of these will break in, so I have to go back in there and tweak them. But overall, I'm super happy with the results. I'll also afterwards, I'm gonna take this UV EMAD floor tom. I'm gonna play it with no ring, the small ring, and then the big ring, so that you can hear the differences there in case you were interested in this EMAD UV floor tom head. 8, 10, 12, 13, 14, 16. My goal was to try to keep them close to octaves and then my middle drum. So here's my 8. So the octaves. And my snare drum didn't really change. The popcorn is still nice and poppy. And the bass drum is uber slappy, which I love. I love it. I'm super happy so far. I can't wait to see how it goes. As far as this Evans EMAD goes, right now I've got the thinnest one in there. So I'm going to go ahead and let's do this. I'm going to take it out. Here are my 2 rings. We'll start with just open floor tom. And even without any of the foam rings, I tell you what, just having the patch, or basically the sticker that holds the foam ring, is a great dampener in the first place. Let's put in the small foam ring. That's the one that I've decided to keep in there full time. But now here is the extreme foam ring. That's super dead. If I ever do Hot for Teacher, this would be a great reason. Whatever the hell it is. Anyway, so there's the big foam ring. So again, for me, my personal preference, I'm going to use the little foam ring. Now again, this is the first time I've tried these UV2s, so I'm excited to see how they actually last. So in a couple of months, I will do an updated video, talk about how well did they stay in tune, how much I had to adjust them, things like how is the coating hanging on, and you know, I'll do whatever I need to update everybody and answer any questions about these heads and the tuning that I'm using. So I'm excited, do another couple videos and get these really dialed in and broken in. I got them super close today, but I know that I'm going to have to adjust them as I go. Super excited for this EMAD floor tom. This EMAD bass drum is, or actually this one's the GMAD, but I just love that thing. It is such a kick in the face. Heavyweight snare drum, and the rest UV2s. These are my new UV2 drum heads, heavyweight, and EMAD and GMAD combination. Any questions, let me know. Thanks for watching.